Okay. Hi. Am I recording? Yep, I'm recording. Okay. So, this is Carissa from the Dragon's Gem. I can't really do a full tutorial because I don't really have any editing skills. I wouldn't know what programs to get that would allow me to cut and clip and paste videos and stuff. So this is just a little sneak peek at how I work on these Tree of Lives. When I make them, I do the back first. I shape this bezel around something similar in size, and then I will have a lot longer than what I need. Cat, go away. So I have longer than what I need, and it curls around, and I just I curl the little tips down, and this cat really wants to be part of this. Okay, and so when this is shaped as a circle, these ends go long. They almost touch. It almost forms two circles of 18 gauge wire, and then I just take the circle and I bend it straight down, and then I hold right here. Go! I hold right here with my chain nose pliers, probably about halfway down the length of the nose, and then I bend the wire straight over, and then I bend, see, so if I bend it straight over, the wire is sticking out that way, and then I just bend the wire like that to continue the circle. And then I do the same thing, mirror image on this side, and that's what gives me this hidden bail that's on the back of this. And then once I get that in roughly the right shape, I trim off the excess wire, and then I curl the ends down like this. And so when I start actually putting the tree on it, I actually shape my tree before attaching the wires, because I found that that lets me really get the proportion correct, because I can make sure that my trunk isn't too long or too short. I can get a bigger spread of branches, and I can get the roots to spread better the way that I want. So then I find my center 1 or 2 wires from the branches and the roots, and I wrap them fairly securely so that the tree is snug on top of the stone, and I make sure that this is kind of centered up as well as I can. I want the trunk centered as well as I can, and then I'll anchor these 2 sides as well, and then from there it's just a matter of weaving until all of my wires are wrapped in place. So to give you an example of how I do this, I'll move to the next branch to the left. I'm going to go counterclockwise, and I just take and I push these extra little wires out of the side, and I take and I go down. If it doesn't go under, I can just raise this with my thumb a little bit, and I can just pull it straight under. And it's easier to work with pliers because then you can pull it quite tight. Sorry, this cat is trying to tell me that it's dinner time, and it is not dinner time yet. So I pull that snug, and then I'm going to go again under, and then I'm just going to keep doing that until I think I've got enough space. You can either leave the tails and separate them out later, or you can try to fill it in as you want now. The more space that you have between them, the more your branches are going to spread out at the top. If you only do 2 or 3 wraps, all of your branches are going to want to come and gather straight up at the top. So if you want a very tall, like pointier tree, like a pine tree is pointy, then that might be a better option for you, is to only go 2 or 3 wraps. But I'll do, 7, 8, 10, the whole length of the wire, whatever, just to get some space between those wires so that my branches will spread out, because I want a really wide branched out tree. And since I'm working in this spot right here, and I really hope this is staying in focus, I'm trying to make sure it's in focus every so often. These were my 2 middle wires, and now I added 1 from the left, and I'm going to add 1 from the right to keep my symmetry so that I can get this area full and symmetrical. So I'm going to go just like that. So these 2 that I have in the center, I have them pretty much lined up together, and then I'm weaving to the left of each wire on this side and then to the right of each wire on this side. I just try to keep it as symmetrical as possible. So when I just pulled that one to tighten it, I don't know if you can see, but it shifted this, it shifted the bezel on the back so that it pulled up. If that happens, just, use your fingers and kind of, stop that, Lucy. Use your fingers and kind of push it back down and just make sure, you can cinch the back like this. Cat. I'm sorry, this cat is really, really wanting to be a pain. So that's what I do, and then I just keep going around until it's all filled. And my goal is to have this entire back section wrapped, especially here where the wires overlap, so that it makes it stable. And if I were to run out of wire and I didn't have enough, then I would just cut off a short piece and fill it in. But in a nutshell, that's how I make these pendants. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope it wasn't horribly blurry. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and let me know. Make sure that you follow me on Etsy so that you can see when I add stuff to my store. Sometimes I will sell off cabochons that I no longer want to use. October 26th, I'm going to be adding a lot of product to my Etsy store because I will be selling at Hot Springs, Arkansas at Pagan Pride Festival. So whatever doesn't sell there is going to get added to my Etsy store. That's why my Etsy is so empty right now. But if you want to purchase something, or if you want to make an order for something, let me know. We can work something out. I need money. We all need money. I'm not going to deny you a sale just because I might sell it later. Again, thanks for watching. I'm Carissa from the Dragon's Gym.